Hello everyone, hope you found and doing great. Welcome to Elias Tech channel. If you're new here, welcome, and I'm so happy to see you all once again. My tech enthusiast friend, those who are a network engineer, network architecture, system engineer, and so on. Probably when you get inside the server room and you will see there are a bunch of routers, a bunch of switches, a bunch of firewalls, and so on, and they're connecting with one another, and you can see a green light more rather than orange, or we can see red light. So the question that definitely rack your brain is how these routers are connecting with one another, how these firewalls are connecting with one another, how these switches are connecting with one another. One of the another important question probably rack your brain is which kind of IP sequence or which range of IP they are using, how they communicate with one another. Alright, in this episode, I'm going to walk you guys through how I, as a professional engineer, how I apply IP inside the routers and which kind of IP range I'm picking in order to make sure that routers are secure, and meanwhile, I want to make sure that local area network IPs are also secure as well. There's a very interesting website for IP calculation. I want to walk you through that process as well. Alright, this is not a casual training. This is academic. My suggestion is to have a pen and paper ready. Focus, guys. Let's go. Let's practice something. This is a very interesting website. I will definitely share this link through the description. Go ahead and click on that description as well, and it will definitely point you to this link. Before we move on about what these links are about, I want you guys attention. In this video, we're gonna learn about a subnetting and so on. All right, let's move on. Let me wipe this diagram. All right. Let's say this is I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, let's say there this is an office. This office happened like this after earthquake. Anyway, this is an office. In this office there is a 2 floor. Let's say there's a 2 floor. We have a first floor and we have a second floor. On the second floor, we have our server room. What we have our server room. In the server room, what we have a network devices. Makes sense? This is the network rack. This is the network rack. I have switches, I have a routers, I have a firewalls, I have a wireless controller, I have let's say syslog server, I have network monitoring tools server in here. Everything is in one rack. There will be another rack which is server rack, is all server, Windows Server 2022, Windows Server 2019, Windows Server in Linux Rocky 8, Linux or CentOS 7. Yes, CentOS 7, guys, remember that, not 8. 8 is discontinue. There you go. So when you see these kind of rack, you will get confused, like what's going on in here and how these things work with one another. Thank you. This is called as IP subnetting portion. All right, let me grab a different color and talk about these things. First of all, I have a 4 router. I have a what? I have a 4 router connecting with one another. These are let's say redundancy link. If one link goes off, the another link will help one another. These devices connect with one another, so there is no such a connection between router and endpoint users or computers. Let's say I have a one switch in here, connect to this router and also connect to this router. In case this one goes off, this one will help. If this one goes off, this one will help. This is how you can do the redundancy links in the worst case scenario, backup planning. All right, we have a lot of computers in here connecting with one another. They're very happy. This is switch. Let me find a different color. These are computers. I need you guys' attention. This is not the art class. I'm not here to teach you how you pen these things. It's very simple. Even I'm not good on painting as well, but that's fine. I want to clean your mind. What is going on in the data centers or in the network infrastructure when someone is designing, or in the server room. Most of the network engineer, they will say, okay, wait a minute. When I see this kind of diagram, and if it is task for me to figure out what am I supposed to do in the terms of IP subnetting, I would say, wait a minute. Let's say I will pick class A. This, guys, if you remember, we discussed about class A, class B, IP address class A, IP address class C. Is it clear, right? So we have already clear about this topic. This one is a start from 10.0.0.0/8. This one is a start from 172.16.0.0/ you can say 8 or you can say 16, right? But it ends, remember that it ends to 172. It's very important. These are private IP dot 31.0.0. So the question is, why am I supposed to focus on this range? I want to tell you one thing, guys. If you use this range of IP 172, remember that I need you guys' attention here. It's very, very scary as well. 172.32.0, let's say .1/24. Soon as, the question is soon as what? Soon as the internet service provider and the government catch you that you are using this range, they're gonna punish you financially. The question is why? The answer is, this is not a private IP. This is not a private IP. The question is why? This is the private IP. This is the last 172.31.0.0/16. It's clear? 31.0.0. If you use 32, this is a public IP. Most of the people are afraid to use random IP. That they just want to make sure they're using very proper IP, proper private IP. Is it clear? Proper private IP. Class C is, of course, it's 168.0.0/24. So it is all reserved and we can play in here. So even though if you type anything, it doesn't hurt. It's okay. This is class C. But make sure the only IP that you can play around and do subnetting, classless inter-domain routing protocols, CIDR, and so on, is class A. With this one you can play. Because 10 is, don't touch the 10, you can name it 100.1.2. This is how you can do 1, 2, 3, 4/24, or you can say /16. You can say /8, you can say /32. We're going to discuss about these things, how 32 happens, /29. You can play anything because this is all private IP. There's also private IP if you know the range. If you know what? If you know the range. If you know these guys, and you should good to go. If you don't know, if you jump to this IP, then there's gonna be a big trouble. Let me wipe it. Wipe it is clear. I don't have to wipe it because I draw something here. Let me wipe these things. How am I supposed to wipe here? I just bought this application. I just want to learn about this one. How am I supposed to wipe? But anyway, yeah, there you go. I can wipe it. It's clear. because I didn't want to touch this diagram because that's very important. So it's clear for us, class A, class B, class C, class D. Let's say I'm a lazy student in the class, the paper is not very clean. Anyway, okay, let's talk about what is going on in here. I have a router 1, I have a router 2, I have a router 3, and I have a router 4. I have router 1, router 2, router 3, router 4. Okay, I would say that I need 2 IP here, I needed 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 2 IP here. Remember that. This is a bit challenging. I need your attention. We are not using 24 in here. Let me clean it in here. If I connect this router to this router using 192, remember that 192.168, where is 1 in here? 168. Okay, this is 168.1.1/24. So the answer is means this one should be 192.168.1.1 and this one should be 192.168.1.2. But since this range provide to 254 hosts, right? I need you guys' attention. If I go, let's say 192.168.1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.100, 1.254, I can do that. But why am I supposed to waste this much IP since I needed 2 node IP in here? 2 here, 2 here, and 2 in this section. Make sense? Now, if you come in the company and ask me, hey, this is the range of IP that we can assign for our routers with this range of I would say, my friend, I don't accept it. This doesn't make sense. No, I would say, I don't need this one. Give me a proper range of IP. I want to make it secure as well, and I didn't need to waste that much IP. All right, in order to do that, what are we supposed to do? Before we dive into this link, I need you guys' attention. I would say, okay, I want to give you a range. And I would be saying, oh, wow, that's nice. Give me the range 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot /8 as the network. I say, this is the network. I would say, okay. Then I say R1, router 1, and R2 should use this range. I will say which range? 10 dot 1 dot 0 dot 10 dot 1 dot 0 dot, let's say 10 dot 1 dot 0 dot 1 slash, let's say /24. The question is still, it is 255 hosts I can connect it. Let me wipe it out. This is my mistake. I would say let's use 30 for this one. I need you guys' attention. I will use this website to figure out these things, why these things happen. And then I will say from R2 to R3. I need you guys' attention. R3, let's use 10 dot 2 dot 0 dot 1/30. See how much I use this one. Then I will say from R3, okay, just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. From R3 to R4, let's use 10 dot 3 dot 0 dot 1/30. And from router 3 R3, this is how we can design, guys. This is how we can design. This is, I know it's a bit complicated, but no worry, you have to rewind. You have to re-review this class from R3 to R1 because connection, right, to R1. Let's look at R1, R2, R3, R4. Let's use 10 dot 4.0.1/2030. Sorry. Okay, now we found that this is how we can subnet our network design. Now what we're gonna do would say that, okay, R2, R3 and R4 is connected to the switch. How about those who are using internet? That's a good question. That's a good question. I like it. Whoever asked this question, that's beautiful. All right, so one client, another client, another client. Let's say this one is connected to the access point. Let me connect the access point, and whoever is trying to access this access point, they should be able to access the IP. The question is LAN IP, right? Local area network IP. Local area network IP. What I'm going to use in here, I would say let's use 10 dot. I need you guys attention. 10 dot. I would use 10 dot, 10 dot, 0 dot, 0. I need you guys attention. /24. The question is why 10 dot, 10 dot. I love it if you have this question, because I don't want this IP to match with this portion of my IP. This portion of IP is already reserved. 1 is already reserved, 2 is already reserved, 3 is already reserved, 4 is already reserved. So 10 is free. 10 is free. I use 10. /24. What does it mean? Means I can use 255 user. Either you can assign it on DHCP or you can assign manually. I assign in here and the clients are happy. When a client connects to this network, what they will receive, repeat, it's 10.10.0.100. Let's say this computer IP address is 10.10.0.100. It's DCP or you can assign manually. That is the beauty of this subnetting. And the gateway is of course 10.10.0.1 because I will assign in here 10.10.0.1 here in this port. It's gonna be the gateway. I will have different gateway in here, but I will use this one as a gateway. 10.10.0.1. That's the gateway for this client. In order to go outside, use this one, and after that it doesn't matter because our topic is about subnetting. All right, let's calculate these things using this website. What do you think, guys? Allow me to use this website. All right, here is the question. What if I wipe these things? Because I need to wipe, because I need to explain everything properly. Let me wipe this plan. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Okay, I don't want to wipe this section. I say I need class A, but what I need 30. Remember that. Here's the thing. 255.255.252 gonna be a subnet mask for this network. R1 to R2, R2 to R3, R4 to R5, or R4 to R3 to R4, and R3 to R1. The subnet mask will be 255.255.255.254. And now what is the IP? Give me 1 second. 10 dot. Let's talk about 10 dot. The first in between router 1 and router 2. 10.1.0.0. Right? Was it range? Yes. 10.0. Let's say calculate. Here's the thing, guys. Remember that in here, with the help of this website, let's say this website is called calculator.net. I will definitely share the link. You can go ahead and click the description and click, and it definitely point you to that place. I need you guys' attention in here. Very, very necessary. IP address ranges 10.1.0.0. This is not what we are assigned in any IP. This is the network. 10.1.1. This is the network. Usable range of IP. It's very important. Here's the thing. It's very important. Very important. I need your attention. 10.1.0.1, 10.1.0.2. So for router 1 and router 2, and one interface I will assign 10.1.0.1, and another, let's say on router 2, I will assign 10.1.0.2. They're happy. So what? Now here's the thing. This is the subnet mask 255.255.255.252. In case if you need wildcard mask, no worry about this one. This is only if you're using OSPF or something else. But this is the binary number of that range of IP. So what I found so far, it is very clear for me between router 1 and router 2. I have the IP and everything is good, and I'm so glad and I'm so happy for those who invent calculator.net. Very, very helpful for me. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. I will click IP subnetting here, and let's talk 10.2.0.0. 10.0.0.0. So say 10.0.0. If you look at in here, in between router 2 and router 3, I want another range. Click. It is almost the same, but the second portion is 10.2.0.1 and 10.2.0.2 is the valid IP. So how am I supposed to configure? I have to configure router 2 to write to router 3. The two nodes between one another, I should configure 10.2.0.1, 10.2.0.2. Subnet mask will be 255.255.255.252. This is how we can do the subnetting. So if you come with this kind of conclusion with me, I will say, man, you are something. Let me have you in my team because you're coming with a good and very precise. And I will ask you, hey, so the same, like let's move on and you can go with the R2 and R4 and R3 and R1. You'll get the same result. But remember that it's 2 or 3 or 4. But it's very accurate. It's very secure as well. And no one can attach in here. If anyone want to put IP, here's the thing, very interesting, very interesting. All right, a hacker put their computer and assign 10.2.0.3. What is that? This is a broadcast. It does not work with this range of IP. And if you assign 10.2.0.4, it doesn't work because this is not the same range of IP because it's already reserved. And I'm using 255.255.255.252. It should be very clear your mind. Thanks God. I'm glad for this application. All right. The last but not least is that I need 24 port. I need 254 for my LAN. No worries. Say no worry. It is 10.0.0.0. But now what I'm saying, like, hey, give me /24. Calculate. Boom. There you go. So usable host IP, focus on this one. I can assign 10.10.0.1 to 10.10.0.254. There you go. And the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. You can assign to the router, you can assign to the firewall, you can assign to anything that you want to assign. It gives you this range. The beauty of this kind of design, subnetting, is they are in the same range, 10 dot something, 10 dot something, 10 dot something. So you will not get confused. If you're a network engineer, network architecture, you can easily remember, okay, it is 10.1 means router 1 and router 2. It is 10.2 means router 2 and router 3. If it is 10.3 means router 3 and router 4. If it is 10.4, it means that router 3 and router 1. And then if it is 10.10, that is my local area network. My friend, everybody should be happy. In here, if I connect, let's say this Wi-Fi will receive 10.0.102, 104, and so on. This is the beauty of this application. Alright guys, I hope the information was very helpful. If you think it was helpful, the only way to appreciate my work is to simply subscribe my channel and like the video. Share this content with your friend, with your colleagues, with whoever you think they pursue such a valuable information. Take care guys.